It was just another day, and I was enjoying a peaceful morning when suddenly I got a knock at the door. Standing there, clipboard in hand, was none other than Karen, the HOA president, and she was about to do something that would change everything. But little did she know, the situation was about to take a turn she never saw coming. "Karen, what's the problem now?" I asked, already knowing that this wasn't going to be good. She gave me a look like I'd just committed the ultimate crime. "I'm here to inform you that your water supply is violating HOA rules," she said with a smirk. Seriously? Water supply? Karen wasn't just any HOA president. She was the queen of making everyone's life miserable. And today, she was picking a fight with the wrong person. But little did Karen know I had something up my sleeve. I wasn't about to let her win, especially not this time. This wasn't just about water. This was about power. And I was about to show her who truly controlled the ranch supply. Stay tuned, because this is going to be one wild ride. It all started with a simple complaint, or so I thought. Karen walked into my yard one morning with that all-too-familiar air of superiority. "You can't use that much water," she demanded. "It's disrupting the community's supply." She proceeded to list a bunch of HOA rules I'd never heard of, all to justify her ridiculous claims. As the days passed, Karen just kept coming back. I couldn't even water my plants without her barging in, telling me how much water I could use. And if I dared break any of her rules, she'd be on the phone to the HOA, filing complaints like it was her full-time job. The last straw? She sent me a formal notice threatening fines if I didn't reduce my water usage. This was getting out of hand. I was frustrated. I'd tried reasoning with her, but Karen was relentless. I realized shouting wasn't going to fix anything. I needed to outsmart her, not out-yell her. So I started looking into the HOA's rules, trying to find a way to flip the script. And then I found it. Something I could use against her. It wasn't just about water anymore. I was going to hit them where it hurt. I had a plan. The water supply wasn't just about pipes. It was about control. And I was about to take that control back, in a way Karen would never see coming. That's when I found the key to everything. A small patch of land owned by the HOA, one that they hadn't maintained in years. I knew this was my moment. The HOA had been so focused on controlling the neighborhood that they overlooked this crucial detail. The water supply? It ran through this land. And once I figured that out, I knew exactly what I had to do. I didn't rush this. This was going to be a calculated move. I called up a friend who worked in real estate and found out that the HOA had completely neglected this land. I jumped on the opportunity and bought the plot. Suddenly I had a piece of the HOA's very foundation. The best part? The water supply for the whole neighborhood ran through it. Now I controlled the flow, literally. The HOA started to catch wind of my purchase, and they weren't happy. They called an emergency meeting to discuss the situation. By then, it was too late. They didn't know it yet, but they were already losing. I wasn't just playing the game, I was winning. And then, the day came. I pulled up in my truck with a huge sign that read, "This is now private property, restricted access." The HOA showed up, expecting to fight, but they were met with something they didn't expect. The water they'd been controlling for years? It was now in my hands. Karen was furious. She marched right up to my gate, demanding answers. But all she got was a locked door, a private property sign, and a reminder of who was really in charge. The HOA's power was shattered. And Karen? Well, she was left standing there, speechless. I leaned back in my chair, looking at the land that was now mine. The peace had finally returned, and the HOA had learned the hard way that messing with me wasn't a good idea. The water flow was under my control, and Karen had to watch as I took back what was rightfully mine. But something tells me that the HOA isn't done with me yet. They've been quiet lately, but I know they're planning something, and I'm ready for whatever comes next. Stay tuned because the story's far from over. What would you do if the HOA tried to control your water supply? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more epic revenge stories.